Hello and welcome. In this video, we are going to talk about AWS Step Functions, an application integration service available in Amazon Web Services. We'll talk about the key features, benefits, use cases, as well as how a step function works in a typical application environment. Let's get started. AWS Step Functions is a fully managed service that makes it easier to coordinate the components of distributed applications and microservices using visual workflows. It provides a graphical console to arrange and visualize the components of your application as a series of steps. AWS Step Functions automatically triggers and tracks each step and retries when there are errors, so your application executes in order and as expected. It logs the state of each step, so when things do go wrong, enables you to diagnose and debug problems more quickly. AWS Step Functions helps developers use AWS services to build distributed applications, automate processes, orchestrate microservices, and create data and machine learning (ML) pipelines. You can change and add steps without even writing code, so you can easily evolve your application and innovate faster. Step Functions is a reliable way to coordinate components and step through the functions of your application. Let's talk about benefits of AWS Step Functions. AWS Step Functions offers the following benefits for your organization: quick onboarding, simple automation, process data on demand, and event-driven architecture visualization. Let's elaborate each of these benefits of AWS Step Functions. Quick onboarding. You can start building quickly with Workflow Studio, a simple drag-and-drop interface for expressing complex business logic. Simple automation. You can automate workflows across over 220 AWS services without maintaining code. Process data on demand. You can use code to process data on demand with large-scale parallel workflows. Event-driven architecture visualization. You can visualize and develop resilient workflows for event-driven architectures. Now let's talk about use cases for AWS Step Functions. AWS Step Functions supports the following use cases, which cover the need of a broad spectrum of customers: automate, extract, transform, and load ETL processes, orchestrate large-scale parallel workloads, orchestrate microservices, and automate security and IT functions. Let's elaborate each of these use cases for AWS Step Functions. Automate, extract, transform, and load ETL processes. Ensure that multiple long-running ETL jobs run in order and complete successfully without the need for manual orchestration. Orchestrate large-scale parallel workloads. Iterate over and process large datasets such as security logs, transaction data, or image and video files. Orchestrate microservices. Combine multiple AWS Lambda functions into responsive serverless applications and microservices. Automate security and IT functions. Create automated workflows, including manual approval steps for security incident response. Excellent. Now let's see how AWS Step Functions works in a typical application environment. AWS Step Functions is a visual workflow service that helps developers use AWS services to build distributed applications, automate processes, orchestrate microservices, and create data and machine learning ML pipelines. The diagram is created by Amazon Web Services. It shows the key features of AWS Step Functions and a typical workflow for a distributed application. We recommend you read the diagram and get a better understanding of how AWS Step Functions works in a typical application environment. In conclusion, use AWS Step Functions to implement your business process as a series of steps that make up a workflow. AWS Step Functions provides visual workflows for distributed applications. Step Functions is a reliable way to coordinate components and step through the functions of your application. That's all for AWS Step Functions. Thank you and see you in the next lesson.